All right, here we go. Looking at the rest of the answers, I uploaded quiz review questions number one last night, and here are the rest of them. So we have change in y over change in x because we are finding the slope. So I did this yesterday, so some of these I'm going to do a little quicker. So that if you really want me to slow it down, go back to yesterday's video. It's going to be a little better in terms of explaining things in the speed. Change in y over change in x, -3 over 4 is my slope. I started to do number 4 here. This is my second take of the video. And I thought initially it was 1. And it's not. You really got to be careful here because if you zoom in on this point, it barely doesn't touch the line. Okay. So I think our best guess on this one is maybe over here is where it touches, and here. So now if I come through and erase some of the stuff, and I click the erase button. There we go. It looks like it's going up 3 and over 4, so 3/4. And really what tipped me off is here, I went up 1 and I thought I was going over 1. That looked okay, but then as soon as I came up here, you'll notice that it doesn't cross there at the plus. Okay, so it is up 3 over 4 is the correct answer. And again, that is your slope. Down here, I already did number 5. Number 6, more change. So we're going up 20 and up 4. So our change in y, sloppy handwriting today, sorry. Worse than normal. I know I normally don't have the best handwriting. I try. 20 over 4. That equals 5 over 1. That 1 is important. Okay, so let's go back now and say, what are we doing here? The cost to run a banquet hall based on the number of people in attendance. Find the rate of change, explain the meaning. So if I just left it as 5, that doesn't help me. It doesn't explain what's going on. It says explain the meaning of the rate of change. Well, this just means that, it's once you get over 10 people, it looks like they got a base rate here. But once you get over the first 10 people, then it looks like it's going up $5 per one person. So that's what it costs. $5 per person to rent the banquet hall. And it looks like, again, it gets over after 10 people because it must be $500 to rent the entire place and then $5 a person after that because that's how you would get $550 for 10 people. 10 times 5 is 50, and then $500 to rent it. Number 7 says the balance of the money owed when purchasing a bike with a weekly payment plan. So we are going down and over. So it looks like every single week we are decreasing $50. We're going down and over 1 week. So our change in y, because this is our y-axis, is 50. Everything's going down by 50s as this line moves down, and this is going in a positive direction. So what does this mean? -50 over 1. That is my rate of change, but now it explains what it means. That means that you are paying back, really, because it's money you owe. Paying back $50 per 1 week. If you're just watching this video and you didn't watch yesterday, notice you got to simplify on number 8. And always label these points. I know it's a little harder when you're taking a quiz or a test online. So we labeled them x1, y1, x2, y2. x1, y1, x2, y2. And now we're using our formula here. So we have -2 minus 9 And here we have 5 minus 12. So if I'm at a negative 2 and I subtract 9 more, I'm now at negative 11. And if I'm at 5 and I subtract 12, I am now at a negative 7. So that simplifies to 11 over 7. We started to do these yesterday. It was just a coincidence that looks like we're going to have one positive, one negative. Okay, on this one here, there is no rise, so it never goes up. So how much is it rising? Well, it's really rising 0. And as soon as we know that, the difference between any of these becomes irrelevant because it's 0 over any number you want. We can do that. So if I just went from here to here, it's 0 over 1. That's 0. So my slope is 0. Okay, which tells me that we have obviously a 0 slope. Down here, when you pick it, you pick it, how much are we moving up? Well, we could say we're moving up one spot at a time. But how much are we moving over? So if we're doing rise over run, we're rising up. Again, any number you want to pick, it doesn't really matter. Let's say we're rising up one at a time. But how much are we running? How much are we moving over? We're going over 0. Can't divide by 0. So that one is, we call it undefined. Okay. So undefined. You don't have a slope there. This one here is a positive. I got a dot there. And looks like a dot there. So I can check this. I'm going up 3 over 1. Check it again. Up 3 over 1. So up 3 over 1. So 3 over 1 is my slope. It is positive. Write the equation. Remember, M is how you move. B is where you begin. The M is our slope also. And this is our y-intercept. So how is our slope changing? They put some dots here. We're going down 2 over 4. So down 2 over 4. So when we go down, it's negative. And it reduces to negative 1/2. And then where do we begin? Well, we began here where it crosses the y-intercept at negative 2. So this is my M. My B equals negative 2. Let's see if we got some more room here. Yes, we do. Y equals negative 1/2 x minus 2. Last one over here. Down 2 over 2. So we went down 2 over 2. So that's negative 2 over 2. Negative 1. Where did we begin? Our y-intercept is 4. So y equals negative 1x plus 4. Write the equation in slope-intercept form, so you get y equals 2x minus 5. Notice the difference between what makes it negative, what makes it positive. And this threw a couple of you for a loop, and I'm going to explain this, and you're going to be like, oh, this is just a point, x and y. Where is 0, 9 on a graph? It would be, wherever that 9th point is, way up here. So isn't that my y-intercept that we're looking for? So this is just another way to write b equals 9. So y equals negative 6x plus 9. How's that moving? That's really weird. Not anymore, it's not. Okay, find the slope and the y-intercept of each equation you may need to solve. Well, this one here you don't need to solve, you just need to reorder it. So m equals negative 3/2, b equals 7. On 22, just like 21, we always add or subtract our x's first. So you get 3y equals 7x plus 9 divided by 3 everywhere. Y equals 7/3 x plus 3. And last couple. Remember, M is how you move. B is where you begin. So 2x plus 3, I'm going to begin at 3. And 2 really is 2 over 1. So I go up 2 over 1. Okay, so another way to do that is to go negative 2 over negative 1, because these two things are the same. They're equal. So I can also, instead of going up 2 over 1, I can also go down, because that's taking us to the negative directions. And then also back 1, that takes me to the negative direction. And I can work it backwards and get some more dots on there. I like to have 3 or 4 dots before I sketch a graph. And the last one, I'm at negative 1. Down 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3. I could go over here and put a dot 2. And same thing, I can go up 3 and back 1 if I wanted as well. So there's a sketch of that graph. So between my two videos, you've had a half hour of me going over every single problem, and the better you know this, the more prepared you are for your quiz tomorrow. Study up. You only have 1 hour to take your quiz, so that's a change for about 4 or 5 of you that were taking like 2 hours, pausing multiple times. You can't do that tomorrow. Have a good day.